Give everybody a few minutes to come in. I'm a couple minutes early. Just gonna share this. Oh, the lighting's not so great. Let me turn on another light because this is a little dark. I don't know if that's any better. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay. When you come in, make sure you say hello so I know that you're here. I'm going to give a couple minutes. Turn the volume off on this. When you come in, make sure you... All right. If you're watching this on replay, type hashtag replay. That way I know that you've seen it. Hopefully everybody's had a good dinner. I'm having my tea. Oh, probably should have had something caffeinated. I'm tired today. The weather's been really weird. It looks like it's sunny across the lake. We got some black clouds and it rained last night. Hopefully it doesn't rain again. Even if it doesn't rain very long here, which is awesome. So we're doing, it's called Fresh Catch. And it's a lobster and crab. And on the back of every one of the transfers, it gives you the instructions how to peel, apply, remove, clean, dry, and store. So you never have to go looking for the instructions. They're always there. And I think I might do a couple of different things with this tonight. If we have time, I want to ink some tea towels with this, so we kind of get a whole matching set. Every transfer that you cut apart has the lines here, where to cut, which is awesome. So there's never any guessing. So I'm just going to cut these apart. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Karen. So this should be a good one. Anybody that loves seafood, this would be perfect in the kitchen. I'm just going to cut them all apart. Now I have a contest going on the page too that ends on the 19th. So make sure you check that out after the live. I need at least 3 people to participate, and one lucky person is going to get a 9x12 surface with the transfer of their choice, and I'll be completing the project live, and then I'll ship it out to the winner, or hand deliver it, whichever the case may be. All right, we're almost done. Okay, so before I start taking anything apart, I'm going to write on the back what it is, so it makes it easier to put it back together. The reason that I write on the back is because when you take the transfer off, I don't know if you guys can see that. See how this side is really shiny? the back side is paper. If you put this back on the wrong side, like if you're in a hurry, you have a really hard time getting the transfer back off because this is a silk screen and it's very sticky. So let me just finish writing on these. Sorry about the dog. What do you want? He's just getting his voice back, so now he really wants to let it be known that he's here. All right, and one more. Okay, so I'm gonna do Crab Company. I like to just lay everything out first before I decide what I'm gonna chalk, just to kind of get an idea of where everything is gonna go. And I think I like how that is. What do you guys think? I think that's going to be good. I'm going to do a gray Storm and Candy Apple Red. And I'm wondering if I should do black for Serve Fresh Daily. So it would be these three colors. What do you think? Do you like that idea? Or should I just go with those two? There's such a bad lag here. I'll give it a minute to catch up. Have some more of my tea. Okay, well, we'll start. Maybe I'll just do it in gray and red. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to wax my board. Anytime you use a wood surface, it's always best to wax, because that way the transfer is not going to stick really bad. So I'm just going to put a little bit of wax, and I'm just using Minwax finishing wax. And I don't really like how that's going on. Just got to really buff it. It actually put marks on my board. I'll have to remember that for next time. Okay. So I'll do the New England at the top. And when you're taking the transfer off the backing sheet, you just run your finger along the side and it'll release away from the paper. You don't want to pull from side to side on these because it is a silk screen. You will distort the transfer and then it's no good. The transfers can be used from 8 to 12 times depending on how well you care for them. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just fuzzing it. And what this does is it puts a little bit of fuzz on the back of the transfer so it doesn't stick really bad. The only time I wouldn't do it is if I was doing it on fabric. Then you wouldn't need to fuzz it. So that looks about centered. Hey Kyle. Hey Vanette. All right. Okay, so tonight again, I'm going to do a drawing every time you comment or share the video. Your name will go in for a little prize pack from me that I'll mail to you. So if you have any questions, just type them in the comments. Okay, so this is the Storm Gray. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my squeegee and go right across. Scrape off the excess, and I'm putting it right back into the container again. All right, super easy. And then I'm going to peel this off. And again, I'm not going to pull side to side. And I'm just going to put this in water right away. And now we're going to do the Crab Company. And same thing, I'm going to just run my finger along the edge and pull the transfer back. And I'm going to fuzz it. Yeah, Vanette, when you fuzz it, well, it would bleed if you didn't put the silk screen down on the surface properly. Like, you have to make sure that it's adhered. What the fuzzing does is it just removes some of the stickiness. It adds some lint to the back of the transfer because you don't want it to really stick. Like, if I was doing this on glass, I would probably fuzz it 5-6 times. So when I'm pressing down here, all I'm doing really is making sure that the silk screen area has the adhesion to it. Like, I don't really need to worry about anything in this teal area here because I'm not going to be putting anything on there. Does that make sense? Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit on there. And a little goes a long way. So I probably have way too much on here. Just going to drag that across the silk screen area. See how much I'm going to put back? That's quite a bit. You don't need a lot. Good. And this time I'm going to pull it from the side because it's narrower. And I'm just going to pull straight up and put that in the water bath. All right, now the crab is going to go here, and then served fresh daily. I don't know if I should put the rope on. I don't know if I like that. I think it should just be... What do you guys think? Should I put the rope on there or leave it off? What you think? Karen, Vanette, Kyle? What should we do? Without the rope? Okay. Vanette said no, so we're gonna go without the rope. That's what I was thinking too, Vanette. Just kind of keep it simple. So I'm gonna fuzz this again. And this is our fuzzing towel that I'm using. And you can tell it's the fuzzing side because it's got the tag. The other side of it is a microfiber for cleaning the boards. So it's handy that it's got 2 in 1. Now I gotta make sure that that is centered. I think that looks good. And tiny bit of Storm. Like this would be a great housewarming gift for somebody. There's so many cool things you can do with it. I'm going to put that in. Actually, this one I'm going to clean because I want to use it for the lobster one. So I'm going to show you how I clean them. This is going to be a fast way of cleaning, but normally I would put it in a water bath. I don't want this to get too wet. So I'm going to clean it off with a Lysol wipe. Get all that off there. That way it'll have a chance to dry before I need it. Just wash that off. And I'm just going to put it on the fuzzing towel. Because I'm going to use it for the lobster one too. All right. Too late, Karen. I did it without. Okay, so I'm going to cover up the gray. This does dry out, and I've got a fan above me, so that's making it dry out even faster. So now I'm going to use the red. Candy apple red. Give it a good stir. You want the paste to be like a creamy sour cream yogurt consistency. This is really nice. I'm going to fuzz this. All right. Give it a couple of good swipes on here. All right. Yeah, that's the right way. Couldn't remember which way the crab went. All right. I think I'm gonna do him centered on the board. So now I'm just going to make sure that all the silk screen areas have a good adhesion to the board. I want to make sure that it's straight, which it isn't, it's crooked. Let's do this again. Okay, that's the problem, eyeballing. No. It was still crooked. Okay. So I want to make sure that there's no air bubbles. And I see a few in here. Air bubbles would be another way that you would get bleeding underneath the silk screen. So you just want to rub it and make sure that there isn't any. And usually you can see them. All right, I think that's good. And I'm just going to rub some of the red across the top. And I'm going to use a little bit bigger squeegee this time. And straight down. And again, if you have any excess, back in the jar it goes. The only time you wouldn't put it back in the jar is if you were blending a couple of colors together, doing an ombre effect or something like that. Because once the ink is, or the paste is contaminated, you don't want to put that back. Because that's going to change the color completely of your paste. And that is done. And I'm going to pull this up. Peel and reveal. Oh my God, that's so cute. Sorry, I'm just getting it over into the water. So that is the crab company. Now we're going to do the lobster. What do you think? Well, we can always do another one, Vanette. If you want to host one at your place, I can come to Chilliwack. I know, isn't this red gorgeous? Candy apple red. Okay, I'm going to put this one here. Hopefully I won't knock anything over. And now we're going to do the lobster. Just gonna wax my board again. I don't really like that it's getting marks on my board. This is not a chalk couture surface. This is just one that I picked up today for this project. I'm waiting for my new boards to come in and I panicked. Okay, so that's done. But once it dries, it kind of disappears and it's not so bad. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. Is it New England lobster or New England crab, or do you put New England on both? I think it might be both. So I just need to grab the first transfer. If I can find it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to wash this off with the Lysol wipe. And then I'm going to hit it with a blow dryer with a cool setting. Just so that I can use it right away. So this one I washed in a water bath first. And after you wash it, you always wipe the back side. Wipe the front, just to make sure you've got all the chalk paste or the ink off. And then you wipe the back, and when you're wiping the back, you're actually getting the stickiness back on the silk screen. You're removing the fuzz that you just put on. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it works. Okay, so I'm just going to hit this with the blow dryer, and I'm just using a cool setting. I just don't want it to be wet, because then the chalk paste is going to thin down, and then that'll cause bleeding too. I did that in my live the other night, and it was a mess. Just want to make sure that the water is off. And that feels good. Okay. Now I kind of want to line it up the same as this one. And that looks crooked. That looks about right. Oh, you're right, Vanette. It is Maine lobster, but there is no Maine. It only has New England. Sorry, I'm trying to read. What are you doing? Prepare it. Yes, I'm putting wax on it because it's not a chalk couture surface and it's wood. Even on some of their products, if it's wood, they always suggest putting just a thin coat and buffing it off of finishing wax. So I'm using Varathane finishing wax, and it's a paste. I just put a little bit on those blue paper towels that you can get at Home Depot, and then rub it on and then just buff it off. And that stops. Normally when you do it on wood, it's not truly removable. It could leave some ghosting, but I've done a couple of projects now where I wash it off and it's fine. Like, as long as I've waxed the surface first, then I don't have any ghosting and there's no ink left on in the wood surface. Well, we're going to go with the fact that we're just going to assume that New England has lobster, right? We can make this any way we want it, so that's what we're going to do. Now, I already mixed this, so I don't need to mix it again. And we only need a little bit right across the transfer. And I'm putting a good amount of pressure on that, just to make sure it gets through the silk screen area. Cover that. And then remove this. My fingers aren't working. There we go. See, I knew somebody would come up with something logical. Okay, so I'm going to use the Lobster Company now. And just peel it back. And put it on my fuzzing towel. JJ, you're going to have to wait. No. Just wait. Well, I might just be doing the boards tonight. And the tea towels later. My dog is in need of attention. Okay, so again, I'm using the Storm. And I'm just going to go straight across. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. I've got a project coming up too, if you're part of my VIP group. The order's going to go in on Friday, and we're actually going to do it live on August the 7th. So if you want more information about that, check out the VIP group or comment VIP and I'll add you, make sure you're added to the group. It's going to be a fun project. Okay, now I'm going to do the lobster. And again, I'm going to fuzz it. All right. Okay. Let's get this baby on. Now I want to make sure that it's centered, but also centered with this. So I think that's about where that one was. So I'm going to do Serve Fresh Daily first. And then And take that one off. I think it's going to look cute with this. And then if I do some tea towels with it and have it hanging in the kitchen, I think it's going to look awesome. And I'm just peeling straight up because you don't want to stretch the canvas or the transfer. And if you do it too far back, you can actually curl the transfer, and you don't want to do that either. So now I'm going to make sure that this is down good. And I'm going to do this one in the candy apple red too, because you know lobster gets bright red. I think that's good. And I'm just going to put some down here and drag it straight across the transfer. Put the excess back in the container. No, you can actually wash them because I heat set them, Vanette. So it's done with Chalkology ink, and then I let them dry. Then I heat set them with my heat press, or if you don't have a heat press, you can use an iron, and it's 4 minutes on each side with an iron, and then it's permanent. You can put them in the washer. Anything that you do on fabric is washable after you've heat set it. The ink you can also use on glass. I did up some wine glasses with some gold ink, and I heat set them in the oven. 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and it's permanent now. Okay, so I didn't have the transfer all the way down. You can see it down here. It bled out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of those makeup Q-tips. They're pointy on the end. I'm just going to put a little bit of water on it. And I'm going to remove this. And I might need the Lysol wipe. Just bear with me here. It'll just take me a minute. Now, if I hadn't waxed the board, I would be having a lot harder of a time trying to get this cleaned off. I'll use another clean one. Get a little bit of water on it. And it doesn't take a lot of water. All right, and there's the Lobster Company. That didn't take long at all. Hey, Debbie. I know, the transfers are so crisp. And to get all the details, like all the little holes here of the crab, like it's just amazing. The distressed look of the words. They're just amazing. Absolutely love it. So, I will tally up the comments. and let you guys know. Did anybody share the video? Get some extra points. And I will post later who won after I total everything up. So tomorrow I will probably do up the tea towels, and then I'll post a picture for you guys so you can see. Should be awesome. All right. So if you want more information about the VIP group, type VIP. You're too busy watching. Well, you can still share it now. You can share it anytime, and I'll see if you've shared it. What else was I going to say? Oh, Club Couture. I did the transfer the other day. If you're interested in Club Couture, it's a monthly transfer that you get with 3 coordinating pastes. $26.99 plus tax, and that includes shipping. So you don't have to try and calculate the shipping and everything on it. Type club if you want more information on that. And I think that's it. You guys have a great night. And I'll probably be back either tomorrow night or Friday night to do another project. And this time it'll be home and family. And I'll be doing a double-sided board. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.